having time to reflect on a few things as the UK is slowly coming out of its lockdown process and everything's getting back to normal. You know, some businesses have started opening this week, some will start opening on the 15th, and we are slowly, carefully getting back into a routine of getting the economy kicked off again. That's the idea. Now I think the news is already out there in terms of the likely numbers of people that are going to find themselves unemployed in the coming weeks and months due to the number of closures of businesses out there of all types and sizes. And yes, the government has been doing quite a lot in terms of financial support to help people, to help business in terms of maintain the basics in life as they progress. But things are changing, and the world has changed, and you know, with the constant update on how we behave in public places, what we wear in public places, how we conduct ourselves, this is going to be something that is going to be around us for a long time. So I wanted to get a little bit of thought-provoking thinking, if you like, into people in terms of what they need to do. And this is really for people who have found themselves now more in a position where they don't have a job to go back to, or don't have a company to open because of the fact they've been swallowed up in this last economic crisis. Well, I think let's start at the beginning first of all. You may be someone who sells products or sells a product. You may be someone who designs a product of some kind or engineers a product. You may be somebody who designs or engineers a service or provides a service. This is a process. Sorry, that's my dog coming in the door, crashing through the door. Louis? Sorry about that. So let's think about that. This applies to anybody in any profession, really. You got to go back to the start. I think you mustn't try and pick up where you left off. Because trying to pick up where you left off, the chances are you're not going to succeed. If you were providing the right kind of service in the right kind of company, you'll be going back to it automatically anyway. It would still be there, providing that service now. So let's go back to the start of what the business, what the service, what the product requirement is all about. And I think it starts with you emptying your mind of everything that you've done in the past, everything, emptying your whole mind, looking at where you want to be in your location, because you may not even want to stay in the current location. You may want to get into another loop. You want to move somewhere else. But whatever the case is, getting into a new location and finding then that opportunity. Now you find that opportunity by going out into the world, into your location, and looking at what is out there. What is out there already that is working, and what you can then see is missing. What is lacking? You've got to look at elements of your area as what is missing in design features, in product features, in value, and take those areas one by one and work at them in detail. Let's look at the value element first and foremost, the value equation as it's always been known to me. Value, let's take one product. This might be good value to me. It may not be good value to my neighbour next door. It may not be good value to my neighbour on that side as well, next door. But it's good value to me. So we're going to define value and get down to a little bit more detail with value. That's why I have a problem with multiple retailers these days, because I don't think they really get down to the grips of what is required in each community. They seem to go along with the basis that it works well here, so we'll roll it out across the whole country regardless. And we know we're all different in different parts of the country. We know we like different things. Not all because of geographical reasons, because of certain groups of people live in that particular area for other reasons. It could be a community of people from Bangladesh. It could be a group of people from Poland. It could be a group of people from the Philippines, or it could be a group of mixed people from wherever. The point I'm making is we don't isolate and focus on the communities we live in to such a degree of what they like and what they need. So getting that value equation right for your total little region, the people you are going to service, is very important. And determining what is value. What is value? Is value the price of the product? Is value the uniqueness of the product? Is value the size of the product? Is value the taste of the product? Is value the location of where you can get this product from? In other words, it's within walking distance and I don't have to get into my car to collect it. Is value, so value determines a great deal number of things to different people in different locations. I hope you're starting to get my drift about this, because this is quite critical and is very important when one starts opening up a new form of business. You know, you have a great idea in your head, you like the idea, but you have to test that idea with lots of other people before you just go out and invest in it and make it happen. You have to check, does the people I'm putting this in front of, do they like it? Are they excited about it the way I am? Because if they're not, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. I might like white t-shirts and only white t-shirts, or grey t-shirts, or yellow t-shirts. Other people like to have a selection of different coloured t-shirts. Some people just like to wear red t-shirts with a Liverpool badge on them. Others like to wear a Manchester United. You know, what the point I'm making is, value has got to be clearly defined for you in your area of what you're doing and what people are going to say. So you have to start with a process of understanding. That can take a few weeks, it can take a few months, it can take a year. But if you don't do that research to get the determining factor of what value is to people in the area you're going to serve, you don't have a business. You only have half a business. And you have a business that is likely to fail in time because you haven't got the generics right, the design right, the product right, the price right, all the important factors that go to finish that process off. So you're beginning to see my point. Value is not just about price. It is not about price. It is the lazy way to sell things, but it is not about price. Why do I say it's the lazy way to sell things? Because you've probably heard of the saying, any fool can give it away. And of course they can. If it's for nothing, you'll probably give quite a few away. You still won't give them all away, because if it's real rubbish, in other words, it lacks no value at all, it just becomes something nobody wants to be bothered with. They just don't want it. And therefore, they would rather... It destroys the image. In a retail environment, I've seen products put into a store because somebody has made a faux pas buying them at head office. They've been put into a branch and they've destroyed the business because customers have just had one look, seen what they are, and just haven't bothered to look further because they don't feel it's a business they want to even walk in. You know, that's the type of damage can be done without clear thought going into the integrity of what you're offering in an establishment, in a business. The same goes for anything. It goes for the service. You might be providing a garden service where you're doing gardening and shrubs and cutting lawns and trimming back hedges and giving advice on planting and what to have in your garden and everything else. You might be in the photography industry. You might be in the toothbrush industry. You could be in anything, but the same principles apply. And that is whether you are designing a product or engineering it, whether you are making it, whether you are selling it, whether you are moving it, whether you are... All the aspects of that service to the end user require the understanding of the value equation. I'll go over it again in more detail in another video. Talk to you again soon. Bye bye.